Yes. So what happens is contribution of industries in the economic development of India and what are its industrial policies. How does it contribute? Right. In the book it says contribution of industry to national economy. I'll not read from the book. I'll just give what I know. I'll share different angles. Again, if you have a pen and paper, you listen quietly and you can note it down if you want to. If you don't want to, it's okay. It's not mandatory. As economy is produced using the structure of a wide range of enterprises. How does the economy is being produced? How can we get the economy? How can we get money out of what? Like what is that? The main thing is agriculture, service, building, fabrication or fabricating and so on so forth. These enterprises give such a significant number of advantages to the economy. For example, workage, production of goods, services, equivalent salary, conveyance in the entire economy. The service segment contributes 60% of the Indian GDP. 60%. While agriculture gives 14% of GDP, industrialization assumes a crucial job in the economic development of creating nations. It is chronicled, recorded actually, that the established countries of the world broke the endless loop of poverty by industrializing, as opposed to concentrating on horticulture or the production of national assets. Go back into your history, into your revolutions. People were poor, poverty was there, machines, factories were there, but it was not working out. The cream of the society was taking it. People were being affected. So until industrialization came into it, that poverty level didn't go down. At present, India as a creating nation, it's still a creating nation, needs to accomplish higher expectation on everyday comforts for its kin, for its people. Thus, it is seeking strategies to help privatization and deregulation of the economy. Industry assumes a problematic job in the economic development. However, these are a portion of its most significant impacts. India's large part of the populace is occupied with horticulture. There is an excessive amount of individuals, but with insufficient land for all to flourish. Everybody is not able to do it. If I want to do it, I don't have land. To increase the situation, our people are developing a practically alarming rate. The industrial sector is the leading segment that is producing employment at a quicker pace than our population is developing. Also, this area will draw surplus work from agriculture to it. Along these lines, improving farm profitability as well. Hence, it can be said or has been done, highlighting the contribution of industries in the economic development of India and the recommendations of new industrial policies. Okay, so this is what is the contribution all about. Basically, in my way, if I want to say, or you can say it in this way. Um, uh, I can put it into another angle which will have some sense, which will have to have sense, or rather some part of it. You can compare it if it's right or wrong. What is the contribution of industry to the national economy? Over the last 2 decades, the share of manufacturing sector has stagnated 17% of the GDP, which is required to be increased. The trend of growth rate in manufacturing over the last decade is around 7% per annum. Desired growth rate should be 12%. Since 2003, manufacturing is once again growing at the rate of 9 to 10% per annum. It's increasing. Okay. With proper policies of the government and efforts by the industry to improve productivity, economists predict that manufacturing can achieve its target over the next decade. The National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council (NMCC) has set up with this object. Okay. This is one type of thing I can tell you. Another thing I can tell you is like manufacturing industry's contribution to the nation. Okay. In a wider meaning, what is the sector-wise contribution of GDP in India? The service sector is the largest sector in India, as I had said earlier also at the starting of it. The service sector accounts, it was said as 60%, now it must have come down to 53.6% of total India's GVA of 137.51 lakh crore people. The industrial sector is the second spot and contributing around 31% of India's GDP. The agriculture sector is at the third spot and contributing around 16% of the Indian GDP. That is the sector wise. At present, India's economy is passing through a hell of a tough time. But we will come out from this situation and we will recover from this slowdown very soon. But from the latest report, India has overtaken both France and UK to become the world's fifth largest economy in 2019. Forget about this pandemic. This is everyone is facing it. Okay. Now, if you say contribution of India's national economy, what does it do? We can go into pre-independence. Most of the manufacturing units were located in places from the point of view of overseas trade. So they were all situated at coastal areas, docks, seaside areas, where sea route was much more easier. It was sent out more. Nothing was there inside the country. Okay. Sector-wise contribution, I am saying. India is first classified into three major sectors: agriculture and allied sector, number 1. Okay. 2 is the industry sector. 3 is the service sector. Okay, mind it. I can give you a full report of it, but we'll just go by just a few basic points. This sector, agriculture and allied sector, this sector includes forestry and fishing also. They are allied sectors. This sector is also known as the primary sector of the economy. At the time of the Indian independence, this sector had the biggest share in the gross domestic product of India, GDP. But year by year, its contribution is declining and currently only contributes 17% of India's GDP at current prices. But again, this agricultural sector provides jobs to around 53% population of India. We cannot disown the fact that it's not doing well. Okay, somewhere it is allied to each other and it's contributing. As I just now said, pre-independence, that fishing and forestry and fishing had such a system that it was all towards the coastal sides. Correct? Industry sector. This includes what? Mining, quarrying, manufacturing, registered, unregistered gas, electricity, construction and water supply. This is known as the secondary sector of the economy. Currently, it's contributing 26.9% of the Indian GDP at the current price. I'm talking all about not this pandemic session, I'm talking about the past year, 19. We are talking about 2019. Then we have the service sector. Includes what? Financial, real estate, professional services, public administration, defense and other services, trade, hotels, transport, communication and service related to broadcasting. Now if you want me to give explanation of each and every service, what is service sector includes financial and real estate and professional services. What is public administration, defense and other services, trade, hotels, transport, these you must be knowing, you're in class 10. This sector is also known as the tertiary sector of the economy, which I had given an example before this. Currently, this sector is the backbone of the Indian economy. 2019, it was 54.3%. It was contributing GDP of the country. This sector is the largest sector in India. Its gross value added, its gross value at current prices for the services sector is estimated at 73.79 lakh crores. It was in 17. The service sector accounts 53%, 53.66, but now it's gone up more than that. 137.51 lakh crore Indian rupees. Industrial sector is of 39 lakh crores. Primary sector of the economy, that is agricultural and allied sectors, contribute 17.32. It's 28.82 lakh crores. Okay, so this is what it is all about. So we'll keep it till there. So you guys take care of yourselves and hope to see you soon. The time is coming to see you. Don't worry. Hope for the best. Everything is going to happen for the best. So I just added this video so that I didn't want to leave it a gap. So next time I'll come and read and explain it to you. So God bless, take care and respect your parents. And don't forget about one thing, Teachers' Day is coming. So don't forget about the unacademic teachers also. Whatever you learn from somebody, or if you've taught someone, they might also wish you. If you have learned something from a non-academic, means either from your school teachers, you have learned something from any, not tuition masters, or not that, anybody you have learned, any XYZ, you have learned anything, that is also a teacher. So don't forget to wish them. So take care, bye bye, God bless and respect your parents. They are the best teachers, wish them first. Bye bye.